Well, well, well. I realized something about you guys, and that seems to be the fact that you never like what I have to say. For example, the top 10 worst SML characters list I did with the Fossilizer, while received positively enough, still got a bunch of dislikes and angry comments from people asking stuff such as, "Why did you put Junior at number 1?" and "Why is Jeffy on here?" So, with all those complaints mostly deriving from those, I decided to let you guys vote and decide what characters go on the list and where. So, if the person you hate the most didn't get on here, stop complaining to me, okay? Now that all of you have voted and the results are in, let's get to the top 10 worst SML characters, Fan Edition. Number 10 goes to Bowser with 1.9% of the main vote and 8.6% of the tiebreaker vote. So, let's talk about Bowser, who comes in at the very bottom of the list because, well, let's be honest, not too many of you guys voted for him. Despite that, for those who did, all 20 of you, I can understand why you did. Bowser has his flaws with his character, specifically how stupid he is now more than ever. And unfortunately, this character trait and Chef PP make me some food and I'm watching Charlie are pretty much his only character traits. Even in Mario and Bowser's Stupid and Crazy Adventures, which I personally really enjoy, Bowser's main trait is be stupid. Luckily, Mario is there in this series to counteract this because Bowser and his singular character trait are not very funny. Of course, I know there are some of you who voted for Bowser because he was mean to Chef PP in the older videos, and I'll be honest, even occasionally now, but I think that for the most part, that has stopped. Oh, and let's not forget that Bowser beats everyone's favorite character, Junior. He also sent Junior to military school. I mean, clearly, Bowser is a monster for sending Junior to military school, despite Junior deserving it. More on that later. But despite all this, I can't really say anything overly negative about Bowser. He's not in too many videos anymore, relatively speaking, that is. And I think Bowser generally does have a few funny moments from time to time. If only he had more character traits. Number 9, Cody with 1.9% of the main vote and 10.5% of the tiebreaker. Wait, Cody? I mean, really? Well, I mean, I do recall getting some mentions of Cody needing to have been on the previous list. Well, alright, your votes. So, what can I say about Cody? Well, I can understand where people are coming from when they say they don't like Cody. I mean, sometimes he can be a bit of a jerk, and he's generally a smart aleck when he's right. But that's the thing. Cody is generally a good contrast to Junior and Joseph because he is, usually, smart and doesn't do stupid things like the other two. And when he's right about Junior and Joseph making a dumb decision, yeah, I think he has every right to become a smart aleck. But hey, maybe I'm wrong and this just takes things too far. But, I mean, other than that, he's gay. He thinks there's more than two genders. Yeah, I've got nothing else. I mean, don't get me wrong, Cody is by no means the best character ever, but he's decent enough. In fact, sometimes, like when his parents are being weird or when Junior and Joseph are picking on Cody, I kind of feel sympathetic for him. But I mean, that's all I can really say about Cody as a character in terms of negative things. So, let's move on. For number 8, we've got Rosalina with 1.9% of the main vote and 24.8% of the tiebreaker vote. Well, we've got Rosalina. So what do I have to say about her? Well, I can see where you guys are coming from. Rosalina is very hit or miss. For one, she defends Jeffy through thick and thin. Even when Jeffy lies about something Rosalina saw herself. You know what I'm talking about! In the first couple of videos Rosalina was in, she was just annoying because of how much she cried about the stars. Luckily, she's moved on from that phase, and into her I'm a complete moron phase. Of course, generally it's easy to ignore. However, sometimes she does just some of the dumbest things. Like in some cases, she sets up the entire conflict of the plot because she is a complete idiot. I mean, sometimes I also question her relationship with Mario, seeing as how she'll take literally anybody but Mario's explanation of the situation that's going on. Prostitute appears at the door, beat Mario up and ask questions later. Jeffy claims rape when you clearly saw what happened? Call Mario the most evil person on earth and not forgive him. Hey, I mean, shouldn't you believe the person you are in a relationship with first before believing some random person that just shows up at your door? Well, whatever. Rosalina's character is pretty simple to improve. It's quite simple, really. You make her less of a moron. Coming in at number 7, we've got David Winkle with 1.9% of the main vote and 47.6% of the tiebreaker vote. Alright, let's talk about Mr. David Winkle, the pedophile and apparently murderer of an elementary teacher. Well, I'm actually honestly kind of mixed on his appearances, what few he does have. So his first appearance ever, David Winkle was clearly a pedophile, but I mean, he at least tried at some funny jokes. Despite that, it was passable. Then his second appearance happened, where he had his shirt half off and was taking creepy pictures of the first grade girls. Wow. Luckily, he got arrested until he escaped to come back in first grade part 5. Luckily, I think that was actually his best appearance. Unfortunately, that isn't saying much because the bar set pretty low. Oh, also he had that one appearance as Mr. Dinkle in The President's Chef. Yeah, I'm sure that wasn't Mr. Winkle at all. However, due to how much negative reception he got, Mr. Winkle has been relegated to being the occasional background character and not much else. Occasionally, he'll get a brief cameo somewhere as a background puppet, or he'll get a brief mention, but that's usually about it now for David Winkle. However, I frankly don't think any of these characters should be outright cut out, ever. I just think they should be taken out of the videos for a while, and then brought back a while later in a better state. But I'll talk about that more in later entries. Overall, David Winkle, while pretty bad, still seems to have potential, which is why I think he should actually be brought back at some point in a better form. And for number 6, we've got Joseph with 2.8% of the main vote and 24.8% of the tiebreaker vote. Now, I do understand why people hate Joseph as a character. Joseph at least has a few interesting traits about him. However, his main personality trait is trying to be cool. Basically, if the others, especially Cody, don't fit what he thinks is cool, he makes fun of them. And that's just about it. That is, if this list had been made before Joseph's house. You see, some real creepy stuff goes on at Joseph's house. For one, he keeps his dead mother's skeleton on the couch, which she supposedly doesn't mind, despite Craig saying otherwise. He doesn't have running water, or lighting, or electricity for that matter. And, you know, Screwball just kinda hangs around with him. Oh, and let's not forget the fact that Joseph's dad is kinda like a zombie, or undead of some sort. So, it's a fun family, right? So, knowing this fact, I like Joseph a bit more from his personality trait from before, which was generally just him being the cool kid. It kind of makes sense now why he's over at Jitter so often. So, originally I used to dislike Joseph quite a bit, but now, he's decent. I don't really have much else to say. Coming in at number 5, we've got the Rat with 2.8% of the main vote and 75.2% of the tiebreaker vote. Well, let's talk about the Rat, who won the tiebreaker against Joseph with an overwhelming 75.2% win. His only personality trait is the fact that he likes cheese. Oh, and he can chew through live wires because why not? And, well, that's about it. I'm actually kinda hard pressed to come up with anything else to say. The Rat is just really annoying, popping out and saying cheese, then just kinda leaving. But I'll be honest, he does have occasionally funny moments, such as when he avoided all those traps into grilled cheese. But, yeah, that's about it. Sorry that I don't have much to say about this character, but how would you deal with a bland, one-dimensional character that appears once every few millennia, Coming in at number 4, we've got Black Yoshi with 5.6% of the vote. Aha! Finally, an entry I can truly tear apart. Black Yoshi. I've gone from loving this character just last year to absolutely despising him this year. Why is that? Well, Black Yoshi, this year more than ever, he's starred in some pretty bad videos. I mean, yeah, things like Black Yoshi and the Birds were pretty mediocre to begin with, but this year has been bad. For starters, in amongst the Mario Jr. and Jeffy videos that flood the channel, he's only gotten 2 main appearances, and those main appearances were both bad, with Black Yoshi's girlfriend problem being mediocre, and Black Yoshi's blank check being absolute garbage. Seriously, Black Yoshi seems to be an example of being able to have his cake and eat it too. Why? Because Black Yoshi gets away with just about everything now, and I hate it. A good plot would have proper consequences doled out, but especially with videos like Blank Check, that's far from the case. That being said, however, I do actually enjoy some of his cameos from this year, such as in Mario's Turtle Problem, where his performance was priceless. But sadly, that simply can't make up for the other appearances he's had so far this year. So, Black Yoshi, sorry, but you kinda do deserve this number 4 spot, if not higher. At number 3, we've got Peach with 11.2% of the vote. Well, I can make this one quick. Princess Peach. Where to start with her? Well, let's just say that her older appearances made me hate her, especially in Season 2. Peach was a complete jerk in the older videos, being ungrateful for Mario's help, and even trying to divorce him despite all that he's done for her. And her voice! Yeah, her voice was decent in Season 1 and such, but when Lance gave her that ear-bleeding voice, dear God. There's a reason why I try to avoid videos from that era, mainly because I know that if Peach will be in it, it will be a nightmare to sit through. But now let's talk about her modern version. Is she any better? Well, no. She's still the same whining girl who is ungrateful for everything that Mario tries to give her. But I mean, hey, at least her voice improved. So, that's a plus, I think. Luckily, Mario seems to have moved on to Rosalina and left Peach in the dust after Mario's Valentine's Day problem. Although Rosalina was still a moron in that video, though. A cute, naive moron, though. Does that even make sense? Well, whatever. We've got 2 more spots to do on this list. Coming in at number 2, we have got Bowser Jr. with 13.1% of the vote. Well, let's talk about Jr., who's only coming in 2nd place. Sorry, Jr., looks like you've been dethroned for worst SML character, which I think is kinda a good thing now. Why? Because I'll be honest, I think Junior has improved quite a bit, but can't simply ignore his older videos now, can we? Well, the reason Junior was at the top of the original worst SML characters list was because of a major problem. Junior was overused and annoying. And unfortunately, it seemed as if we released the video just as Junior finally hit his improvement stage, where he finally started getting some decent and even good videos on a consistent basis. But for the longest time, Junior had been used for just about everything. And most of the time, it was the same thing every single time. Junior annoys Chef Pee Pee to make him something or take him somewhere. Chef Pee Pee is forced to do so by Bowser, or Junior will invite his friends over and they'll do something. And unfortunately, it was like this for a couple years! And even if Junior would get a good video, that wouldn't stop the complaints of people saying Junior was overused. And he was. For the longest time, that was just about the only thing SML would upload. And even if Junior wasn't in the title, Junior would sometimes be the main character of the video anyways, like in The President Chef, where it was supposed to be a Chef Pee Pee centered video, but ended up being another Junior Goes To video. Oh, and don't get me started on the Goes To videos. These videos are basically ones where the crew just goes to places with the characters and they just record. That's it. This reached its worst when SML uploaded Bowser Jr. Goes to Disney World 1 and 2, which, combined, tops out at over an hour. Wow. Luckily, I think Logan has learned from this, which is why we haven't seen a Goes To video in a while. Now, if only we could cut down on the game night videos, Logan? Now, I do have to say this. I mentioned this in the David Winkle segment, but it bears repeating. I do think that Junior videos need a long overdue break. Junior shouldn't be fully cut out, but even 2 or 3 months without Junior would really go a long way. Just to, improve Junior a little while he's away. Or at least decrease the volume of Junior videos. Take some time to step back and improve his videos. I know that good Junior videos can be done. However, many of them have been pretty mediocre as of late. And I'm afraid Junior might fall back down into the mediocre and bad videos pit we just got him out of. But if Logan does this, please don't use this next character as a substitute while Junior is gone. Who is this character? Well, it's time for number 1. Coming in at number 1, we've got Jeffy with 39.3% of the vote. Why am I not surprised in the slightest? Yeah, well, this is Jeffy after all. Jeffy has become quite infamous as of late. But let's begin with something that is truly baffling about Jeffy. Why he's still around. I mean, think back to characters like the Rat, David Winkle, and characters like that. Don't get me wrong, they were bad characters, but they usually only appeared in a few episodes due to how much negative reception they would get. The Rat hasn't been seen in ages because of his poor reception, and the only reason David Winkle appeared in First Grade Part 5 was because Logan needed to have a quick way to finish the series, and Rev and I decided to tell Logan to put him in to have an easy way to have the school burned down. That all being said, however, Jeffy has probably received some of the worst reception in history, with the first video he starred in being absolutely abysmal. I mean, even SML fanboys didn't like Jeffy. So, it's incredibly confusing why Jeffy is still here. Yeah, there are some characters like Shrek who are still around despite having bad videos because it was a fluke and it was not their first video. But Jeffy? With such poor reception, you would think Logan would say, well, we have to trash this character. But no. But here I've gone on about Jeffy's reputation. How are his videos? Well, some of them are decent, don't get me wrong, and some are even good or great on occasion. But in the beginning of Jeffy's career, he was terrible. Then he got better, and even pretty good. And then he crashed with Jeffy's bad word. And now he's starting to slowly but surely make his way back. But keeps slipping up and... hey, wait a sec. This sounds familiar. Well, it's actually true because this is almost the exact same cycle that Junior went through back in his old days. Except near the beginning he wasn't despised. Junior had some decent videos, then he crashed, and then he very slowly, over the course of a couple years, made his way to where he is now. But it's still baffling that Jeffy is even a character. As mad as I was at Jeffy's first appearance, I thought, okay, well this is just a one-off video to try something new, right? I mean, it didn't work, and we'll never have to see this Jeffy character again. But nope, he's still here, and he's still got this huge chunk of videos in the SML lineup. And don't get me wrong, when Jeffy has done well, he has done really well. However, Jeffy's gimmick is usually him accidentally or purposefully getting Mario into a bad situation. Why? Because the universe hates Mario apparently. Whether it be from Jeffy calling a prostitute because he's a moron, to claiming that Mario raped him, Mario rarely seems to win because of what Jeffy does to him. Now, granted, Mario does occasionally deserve it, such as in Jeffy's stupid home video, but most of the time Jeffy is just being dumb or playing dumb. And yet Mario gets punished because the universe hates him. But like I said, Jeffy can have his good moments, but it seems those days are for the most part gone. At least for now. And Jeffy will have to claw his way back to where he was. Even the videos where you can tell that Logan is in a desperate attempt to improve Jeffy, Jeffy just isn't working as well as he used to only a couple months ago. Such as in Jeffy's birthday, where Junior, Joseph, and Cody were put into the video just to make it funny. However, Logan may be getting rid of Jeffy soon. It's been hinted a couple times now that Jeffy will soon find his real parents. That, or something stupid may happen which keeps Jeffy in the videos indefinitely. Who knows? But overall, Jeffy is a once great character who has fallen from grace. And it will take a while to get him back to where he was. But now, let's answer the big question that I posed earlier. Why is Jeffy still here? Well, it's quite simple. Jeffy is now on par with Junior as being the new cash cow for SML. Yes, I said it. Despite all the hate he gets, like Junior used to, Jeffy is the new cash cow of SML, which is a shame. Logan has said it himself that Junior videos are the easiest to make, and I assume are the most profitable. And sadly, I assume this applies as well to Jeffy. Very little effort, just make another Jeffy video and get the money. Hopefully I'm wrong though. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of these characters. Here's hoping it'll be a good one. So, thank you all for watching, and take care.